What is up, friends? It is your boy Z3Gs here, and today we are going to be bringing you my first 100 plus gameplay in Advanced Warfare. So I'm just watching the gameplay right now while I'm talking to you guys, and I'm going to be talking about a couple things today. So I know a lot of you guys really did enjoy my series where I talked in depth on competitive, the different situations, the different arguments, and the different things that can make or break a competitive team. And today I am going to be talking about a couple different things. Number one, I'm going to be talking about negativity, and then number two, I'm going to be talking about team chemistry. So to start off things, first of all, this is my first 100 plus gameplay in Advanced Warfare. I dropped 104 kills, and it's just really fun, fast-paced gameplay. I go on some streaks and I get some crazy kill feeds and stuff like that. So Momentum's a really fun game mode to play. If you guys haven't tried it, check it out. It's awesome, very fast-paced, and lots of gunfights going down. But we're gonna get right into the gameplay, or not the gameplay, the commentary here while you guys are watching this awesome gameplay. But first of all, we're gonna talk about negativity. And I know I've talked about negativity before on my channel and stuff like that, but I kind of want to recap on it a little bit just to kind of inform you guys at how negativity can really just dismantle a team, and how it can really be that like stand for just breaking a team down, because it's Call of Duty. People got to remember that this game does involve luck, it does involve skill, and it does involve knowledge. And sometimes all of those things aren't going to go together as well as planned, and people are just going to get frustrated. And yes, I get frustrated too. I'm not calling myself a freaking, I don't even know, a saint of Call of Duty, because I never get mad or I never get frustrated at the game. But it happens to everyone. It really does. But there's a point to where you can get frustrated and control it. But there's also a point where you can get frustrated and take it on your teammates. And it does seem like a lot of people try to control it to the best of their ability, but then a lot of the times also it does seem like they're taking it on their teammates, basically blaming them for their mistakes. And a simple analogy for that is slaying, where people can complain about objective players. Why didn't you drop this many kills? I dropped 50 kills and all you did was go double negative, blah blah blah. That's kind of a negative result on that. I'm not going to go into the whole slaying thing. I talked about that in my last video of this series. You can go check that out. But that's another example. Also, when players don't know certain rotations, like when there's a new map or a new game mode or whatever, like at the beginning of games when people are trying to learn certain things, people get frustrated at other players for that, not knowing when to rotate, not knowing when to push a certain hill, yada yada yada. And then also, like, a third one would be pushing out for spawns, not knowing where the teammates spawn, and not winning gunfights is a huge one. And honestly, the more frustrated you get and the more you show it as a player, the more, I don't know, it brings your team down. It's going to be negative. And being frustrated and negative on your team is just not going to help whatsoever. It's going to bring them down. If you're having a positive vibe through your team and then you're just shooting them down with negativity, it's just not going to help whatsoever. And people need to realize that it's kind of a competitive sport in a sense, and it does affect people attitude-wise and just feeling-wise towards the game. And it's pretty crazy, because it's the same way in real sports as it is in esports, because if you have like a negative energy towards that game or that match, whether it's like a baseball match or a basketball game or a football game, and you're just having a sob story or just a bad attitude and you're not trying to fix it at all, it's going to rub off on your teammates and they're going to kind of act the same way. It's the same thing for Call of Duty, especially when you're losing or you're down a certain amount of points in a match and you're just negative about it. You're going to bring that negativity towards your teammates, and it's just not going to be a good vibe. They're not going to have good vibes during the game, and they're just going to be upset about certain situations that happen to them for the rest of that series. And it's kind of hard to like say this for myself, because I've done the same thing. I'm not perfect, you guys. I'm just letting you guys know what it can actually do when you're that negative on your team. And I've had it happen in situations against me and me doing it to other people. And over the years, I've been trying to do my best to not get mad. And one of those things that helps is trying to keep your composure. Keeping your composure is going to be the biggest thing in these situations. Whether you lose a gunfight and you know you lost that gunfight and you just want to make an excuse, you just got to say, I lost that gunfight, that wasn't my bad. Admit your mistakes. Admit that you could have done better, and you're going to try to make yourself better some way or somehow. Don't blame it on other people. Blame it on yourself. That's another one. Blaming it on yourself, letting yourself know that you made a mistake, and then telling yourself that you're going to fix it, that you're going to play better, that you're going to practice harder, that you're going to learn the game a little bit more. That's going to help you and your team as a whole compete at a higher level with a higher energy and a less bad of an attitude. It's just as simple as that. So that's about halfway towards the video, you guys. Thank you for tuning in on my channel. I almost said live stream. Thank you for tuning in on my channel. I really do enjoy talking about these kinds of topics just because I've dealt with so many different situations as competing in Call of Duty. And the second thing I'm going to talk about today is team chemistry, and this is a pretty simple one. I just figured I'd touch up on it a little bit and see where it kind of leads off, because team chemistry has been something that I recently just started to learn about my game style, and then the teammates that you play with in their game style. And it all depends and revolves around game style and how you guys play as roles and stuff like that. So obviously in different CODs there's different roles, and sometimes there isn't roles. So in Ghosts there was kind of roles, but there wasn't at the same time. For the most part, Ghosts was just a trade and bait type of switch game. So you would bait and switch kills, trade kills, and that was pretty much it. There wasn't really any anchoring because there wasn't a hard point, but there was domination, so I guess you could kind of hold spawns a little bit, but there wasn't a necessarily an anchor in that game. But certain situations there could be a spawn holder. This game's a little bit different. There are actual roles in this game. And Ghosts, there was basically 4 Slayers. You could just have 4 Slayers on a team and your chemistry would just go, because the Vector was just so good in that game. It can kill anyone at any range. And then just the size of the maps and the game modes, you could just hop into a game mode with 4 Slayers and do really good. This game, not so much. You kind of need an OBJ in this game. A huge OBJ. And just for running flags, getting into hard points, holding hills, and then getting the uplink balls, different situations where an OBJ is very useful in this game compared to other Call of Duties, such as like Black Ops 2, maybe Black Ops 1 as well. COD 4 was a pretty big one as well. But an OBJ is a huge role. There's a lot more use to roles in this game, and that's why I feel like a lot of teams struggle. And that's where I'm getting as to team chemistry. And that's going to be a huge thing as well for a success in a 4v4 team, or seeing a lot more success in winning and stuff like that. And first of all, it's knowing your role. That's the biggest thing in team chemistry, is knowing your place on the team. Whether you like it or not, if you want to win or want to be successful in a team or on a team, you're going to have to know your role. Whether you play better as an OBJ and you don't want to be an OBJ, just accept your role. Accept what helps the team out. Don't accept what you want to play because you think it's more fun or more you get a better feeling off of getting more kills or whatever. If your teammate or your friend, your buddy, whoever's on your team you're teaming with is better at killing and is more consistent than you, let him do his job. Let him play what he's better at. Whether if he likes it or if he doesn't like it, let him know. Don't be afraid. That's another thing. Don't be afraid to let your teammates know, hey, you're getting way more kills than me. You should start slaying. You should start playing that role where you clear the hills out. And I can switch maybe with you and I can play the OBJ. And that's kind of where I laid out. I started off in Advanced Warfare as a Slayer, moved on to an OBJ because it was better for my team. And I didn't complain about it. I just played my role and we were really good. So it does pay off for a lot of teams. But sometimes it doesn't pay off for a lot of teams because some people think in the back of their head that they're better when they're not looking at whole team statistics and realizing that they could be hurting the team potentially. And that's another thing. Hurting the team potentially because you think that you're the best player for that role. And I know statistics aren't always the thing you want to look forward to, but in role-playing like games for Call of Duty, sometimes it does, especially kills-wise and caps-wise for flags, etc., hills, kills, KDR, and it does help out. It makes a pretty big difference, especially like if you guys look at Optic Gaming. They have 3 Slayers and an OBJ, Nadeshot, and then Scumpy, Crim, and Formal. I know I'm talking about Optic Gaming, but that's just a perfect example. 3 Slayers, 1 OBJ. They do their jobs. They do what it takes to win, and whether that means stepping down from a different position, they're going to win because they know their roles and they communicate well and play together because they know what they have to do in the game. So that's kind of my little rant there on team chemistry. Also, I'll add a little point in there. Practice. Practice is going to be a massive, massive gain to any team that wants to build chemistry. Going over different routes through search and destroy, breaks in hard point, different cutoffs in capture the flag, and then just learning strategies together. It's going to build your team chemistry. It's going to make you guys know where each other go on the map, which guns each other uses, whether it's 3 ARs, 1 sub, or all subs, and 1 AR. It doesn't matter. It's just going to come with time. Coming with time and practice is going to make your team chemistry build over time and have a successful roster. So those were the 2 main topics I really wanted to cover today. So I appreciate you guys supporting this series. I really do like talking about these in depth. I don't know what I'm going to call this series yet. I kind of wanted to call it like in depth with Izzy, but there's a big YouTuber out there by Drifter. He does in depth with guns and stuff. I feel like that, just kind of copying him, but I'll call it like competitive talk with Izzy or something like that, or just Izzy Talks or something. I don't know. We'll figure out a name with it, you guys, but I appreciate you guys coming in for this video. I know I got a lot of support on the last topic I did. I know it was a little bit longer of a video. This one's a decently long video, but I hope you guys do enjoy these topics. It's just kind of my thoughts, my rants that I can talk to you guys about through my experiences with competitive gaming and how it can help you guys out in the future, maybe teaming and stuff like that, because I've been playing for years and I finally have found some good people to play with and just kind of cooperate, different strategies, different teams, and just different altogether rosters with other people. And it takes time, you guys. It doesn't come easy, but once you do find that right roster that's revolved around all of your different play styles and you guys communicate well, have great attitudes, and just play well together, you'll be successful and you'll see it. And it just comes down to how bad people want it as well, which I'm probably going to talk about in the next episode, is the want, the grind, and how bad people want it. So that's going to be probably my longest episode of this series, because I will go off for days on that topic. So I hope you guys are going to be looking forward to the next ones. I'm going to try to find like a really long gameplay for that, because this is just something I have a passion for, is wanting it and having the grind, the want to play and win and just be the best and stuff like that. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It's wrapping up here. Dropped 104 kills this game on Detroit. Had a fun time playing this. Hopefully you guys had a fun time watching this. But if you did like the video, I really would appreciate it if you guys give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video around with your friends if they do like Call of Duty. Also subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see videos similar to this one. But as always, guys, this has been your boy Izzy3Gs and Bren's friends. We will see you guys later. Peace out.